Hello, y'all, it's D1AL-ogue, and we are back with some more dialogue. How are y'all doing? Happy Thursday, or whatever day that it is for you. I hope you're all having a good one. We're back with some more Android Girl repair. I love it. We're just moving on from our last one. We're going to go to our next one here, and we just say Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neural unit, 2 of each, quick. Sir? What are you staring blankly for? Excuse me, customer. Are you, by any chance, in front of me right now? Can you only see the visible light spectrum? Yes, I haven't had the optic nerve digitization procedure done. You're not even up to the basics of this city. In this fucked up neighborhood where it's night the moment you open your eyes. You live seeing only visible light. You'll soon get a neurological disorder and become one of those drooling idiots out there. I subscribe to Neon Shine regularly, so I don't really need it. Oh dear, we have an idiot here who offers money to that damn corporation. You're either a foolish sucker brainwashed by the media, or a crazy bastard born with a silver spoon who thinks money grows on trees. Really? I don't know what kind of life you're living, but I'm too law-abiding to live by your ways. I'm amazed someone with their head this far in the clouds is still in this city. It's a wonder you're walking around on your own 2 feet. What a crazy customer. Customer, please deactivate your optical camouflage, and if you're not getting a repair, please leave. Brat, why are you suddenly recommending I deactivate my optical camouflage? So I can see you. To do a repair, I need to scan and replace the unit. But I can't see you at all, so I can't do a proper repair. Is that the only reason? You've got a knack for comedy. Why would you replace it? I can just swap it out myself. Swap it out yourself? This is a person can't perform surgery on themselves by cutting open their own stomach and messing with their organs. An Eve also cannot open its core section to replace a unit by itself. Nothing is impossible, brat. It's just popping the casing, swapping the unit, and closing it again. If I make a small mistake in the process and cut the power, that's just where my life ends. That's a level of recklessness that leaves me speechless. I'd appreciate it if you just shut up and make the unit. Sir, as much as I'd love to just shut up and make it for you, as the manager, I also have to think about the reputation of my repair clinic. Even if I die without anyone knowing, no one will blame this place. Even if my head gets blown off by a corporation's summary executioner's bullet while walking down the street, everyone will think it's a natural death. How can I be sure of that? Blade Hamilton. He wasn't born with that name. He was not born with that name. Shoot him. I can't shoot him. I don't have a gun. Mention my name in the back alley 3 blocks from here, and everyone will understand. So now, what you need to do is wipe that stupid look off your face and synthesize the units for me. This person is impossible to reason with. Understood, Mr. Blade. I'll make the units for you first. What units did you want exactly? I told you already. Tier 2 power unit, Tier 2 neural unit. Imprint it into your stupid head so you don't forget. Damn it. Please wait a moment. Create a unit. Create units for a lunatic. Okay. Target time 100. We gotta do it quick. What the heck? Alright. Level 2, level 2. Alright, so they're both level 2. So it's not about, Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay. No. Let's see. Frick. Okay, okay, okay. And then you... Thank you for waiting. Better than I thought. The synthesized units are clean, too. Despite your dumb first impression, you're more skilled than you look. Thanks for the compliment. Since I'm in a good mood, let me give you a piece of advice. You better erase that psychotherapy introduction on your door. The place I went to last week to get it on with a big breasted Eve. The place I went to last week to get it on with a big breasted Eve had the same thing written on it. I appreciate the advice, but that's my clinic's identity. I don't think I can change it. Instead, if you deactivate your optical camouflage next time and let me repair you directly, you'll be able to properly experience the service. As long as you have that thing dangling between your legs, no service will be possible for me. Okay. But thanks anyway. Seems I didn't come for nothing. Take care, Mr. Blade. See you again next time. Don't count on it. Dealing with the insane customers is incredibly draining. I should close up for today and soothe my tired body and soul with a can of beer. Wait. See, but I missed it by 7 seconds. I missed it. Not a bad speed. The condition of the goods seems decent enough. Oh well. Here, I am a little late now. I'll just... wonder if I could do it. Hold on, I'm gonna try this real quick. I want to see if I can get it. Okay. Control to skip. This is only off by like 7 seconds, which is annoying. Alright. Another red. And then I need another yellow. There we go. Thank you for waiting. Better than I thought. Same thing. Thanks for the compliment. Big brisket. Yeah. Nice. There we go. Huh. For someone with such a dumb-looking face, your hands are pretty fast, aren't they? I'll give you that. Okay, so yeah, we can just load from our last one. Okay. I'm glad that there's timed ones too, instead of just maximum movement. I had a dream about being beaten by an invisible man. Okay. Since I couldn't see him, I couldn't fight back. And just got beaten up. Not exactly a pleasant feeling. Is it because of that customer from yesterday? Whew. I hope only decent customers come in today. Optical camouflage. Optical camouflage. Can't believe that symbol of crime is being used so openly. Has the city completely given up on security? It's not so much that they gave up, but rather adapted. Most homes and shops have at least one infrared sensor for security. Even if they can't catch thermal optical camouflage, they can easily detect regular optical camouflage. Then what about the thermal optical camouflage? If you use that, the military intervenes instead of the Urban Stability Agency, so you need some serious guts to try it. Thanks to that, the citizens of Chroma City can rest easy and entrust their safety to infrared sensors. Living there sounds exhausting. To think hide and seek is a part of daily life. Because of that, life here is never boring. That's not boring, it's just troublesome. You have to endure minor inconveniences to be worthy of living in this city of miracles. Miracle's my foot. It's just a neighborhood that's dark and gloomy all day long. That's why the neon signs filling every corner look even more dazzling. The night of this street, where humans, eaves, and neon signs mingle, is more beautiful than any day elsewhere. I was so captivated by that sight that I dared to become independent here with just one piece of equipment. It's probably not the night, but the eaves filling the streets with that captivated you. Maybe. Maybe. And what? Independent? You make it sound cool, but did you wipe your hard drive or something? Seems like yesterday you were whining about not having money for food. Who was it that begged Mom and Dad to save him? I paid it back, with interest. Yeah. Looks like a customer's here. You're not sulking, are you? No, I'll hang out with you again tomorrow. He's sulking, definitely sulking. I'm not sulking. Well, look who it is. Pray. Do you know you're laughing very evilly right now? Really? Normally, I would have picked a fight and looked for something fun to do. But today, I'll generously let it slide. Okay. Miss Prey, speaking as a professional, it looks like you need immediate maintenance. Eve neural network issues often accelerate over time. We need to start right away. As expected, your buzzkill reactions are the best for regaining my stability. Is something wrong? What do you mean by stability? Didn't you see the article yesterday? A high-ranking executive from Sunshine Corp was attacked and went missing on the outskirts of the city. That person from a few days ago? Definitely. They haven't released the identity, but I doubt there's more than one executive visiting the outskirts at this time. Since Polar Night is just around the corner. With the city's biggest festival coming up, They wouldn't have enough leisure to obsess over travel. Things like trivial things like streetlights. Unless they're someone a bit weird. Or feelings about a nuisance. Prey's resentment seems quite deep. Maybe there's something more she hasn't told me yet? Are you worried because a kidnapping happened nearby? It's not that I'm not worried at all. But if I were scared of that, I would have run away to the next city a long time ago. It's not a big deal. Continuous focus adjustment of the ocular lenses, irregular core pulsation. This is a common phenomenon when power is being diverted elsewhere. Right now, there's no noticeable physical activity or computational load. That means you're preparing for an emergency. These are typical signs of an anxiety or fear response, you know. What do you do? First class core section engineer, photonic neural network restoration specialist, Eve body maintenance technician, certified. I'm an Eve management and inspection expert, certified by Chroma City, and the person who opens up your body at least every week to check for problems. I hate it. What exactly does she hate? Don't talk about my condition as you please, but talk about raising the Neon Shine subscription fee is gone, and the streetlight removal plan was scrapped too. Only good things are happening. I don't know what happened, but you can be honest with me at least. Cinderella helped, because I left a post. Cinderella, already a famous dark hero in cyberspace. A figure whose existence is ambiguous, indeterminate, whether a group or an individual. Famous for assassinating key figures in corporations or drug cartels, and leaving a glass slipper conspicuously at the scene. His activities gained support from the impoverished filled with spite, and mass-produced countless fans. But there had to be a sour side to his actions. Connections with the criminal groups that produced countless innocent victims, or actions suspected to be means of eliminating political opponents of the ruling class were numerous. And people claiming to be Cinderella are pouring out endlessly. It seems there's a culture among fans to treat all that as copycat crimes. Are you saying you can't be scared of a hero? Worrying and fear are separate emotions. Even for experts, the risk of misdiagnosis is high without detailed analysis. It's just worry. Because copycat crimes using Cinderella's fame happen often. Right. What? Suddenly, this neural unit is connected to the sympathetic nervous system. The tension is immense, even with a light pressure. How much did you push yourself? You might be completely burnt out. It's not that bad. It's your habit to reward yourself when you're anxious, isn't it? Like figures or limited edition goods. Since your balance is empty, looks like you rewarded yourself in a different way. If we let tonight pass, it could be really dangerous, so we better replace it. 30 moves. Looks like someone had too much fun yesterday. Seems D1AL has a problem due to an overloaded unit. First, let's check the repair area. As expected, there's an overloaded unit. Overloaded units destroy nearby modules / units every certain number of turns. Turns remaining until overload are shown in the top right. Upon overload, one space left and right of the unit and module units in the same column will be destroyed. Okay, so it goes... Okay. The overloaded unit will be destroyed after undergoing overload 3 times. Let's repair while avoiding destruction of required units. Okay, so we have 8 turns until this destroys all of this. Interesting. So if I do this... What? Okay. I didn't even notice there was one there. Whatever. That won't do me any good. That won't do me any good. I need another blue. If I do that... I can do that. And then... There we go. You must have been very anxious. Is the condition very bad? Is the condition very bad? Overvoltage flowed through the overloaded neural unit, enough to affect even the dial equipment. Just how hard did you stimulate it? Well, it just suddenly got scared. I don't know what you're so worried about. But if you were this anxious, you should have just called me. I could have helped you directly by your side. Pervert. Okay. Oh, this one has 2. Lovely. She has your number. I mean, my number. Sounds more like your number. That sounds more like your number there, sir.
I'm fond of butt stuff.
Damn. Oh, wait. I can do that. Okay. Hold on. I want to do this. How do I want to do this? Do that. And can I do this? No, probably be better to do that. And then I'll do that. And then I'll do this. Nice. Does Cinderella pull that off? Does Cinderella pull that off with the glass slipper every time?
Pretty much. According to someone who watched the crime scene from quite close up, he did all that using just a glass slipper without any other weapons.
So the glass slipper always left behind is actually the tool used for the crime?
I guess so. I saw on SNS that there was a heel-shaped hole in a stability officer's forehead. That post was censored quickly, but the fountain of blood spurting from the forehead of an existence I always feared was so violent. Then I inadvertently started rooting for him after that.
Your expression fountain is even more violent. Alright, this one... Okay, this one we can do that. Close that out. This one I can do this. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever.
Is it already over?
Yeah. Fortunately, the surrounding units weren't badly deformed, so I only swapped out the nearly burnt neural units.
Thanks to that, the tense neural units seem to have calmed down. The dial was making weird noises. What kind of magic did you work?
Don't mention it. Just because of the overvoltage flowing through the neural unit, the dial equipment almost broke several times during the maintenance.
I might be saying this because I don't know, but hearing roughly about it...
Okay, this sentence seems weird.
But hearing roughly about it looks incredibly dangerous.
And about your symptoms? It's not that big of a deal. It's a problem for repeated forced updates of the neural network, but it doesn't affect daily life. Except for the problem that some memories might be lost. You just need to restrain yourself from now on. Relax your face a bit. Seems like you have something to say too. Can you say it? Can you say it all with such a serious face?
Huh. Forget it. For someone so dense, can't hide anything from you.
Professional certifications aren't just for show.
But I wish you'd read the room a bit. Sometimes there are stories I don't want to tell. Cinderella was my idol. I was the #1 fan, unshaken by controversies. But when an incident happened right here, because of me, those things filled my head. What if something happens to our cute boss? What if the evil mechanic on the 2nd floor becomes a target?
The evil mechanic. Wow. Okay.
If something like that happened, I felt like I'd go crazy thinking it was my fault. I left a post on the Cinderella help board, and the news came out less than half a day later. I was someone who followed him, treating controversies as gossip. But fear took over when people around me got involved.
As far as I know, over 3,000 posts are written on that gallery every hour. I think you have an excessive sense of responsibility. Even if Cinderella really chooses targets looking at this board, the possibility of seeing your post is almost nil.
You're probably right. Excessive responsibility. once I fell into the mire, I couldn't realize that. Everything seemed to be my fault, and I worried about things that hadn't even happened yet. I'm completely drained from groaning all night while touching innocent neural units. Happiness is the best means to forget pain. Anyway, seeing the fine boss in you this morning, I just let out a hollow laugh.
So that's why you came making naughty sounds.
Naughty?
You said I was evil. Seeing Prey back to her usual self, I also felt more relaxed after being tense. Sometimes it's better to just throw it up. Like when you have indigestion.
What nonsense are you talking about all of a sudden?
It means you don't have to hide just because it's immature or contradictory. Of course, you shouldn't always do that. It's wasteful to vomit food and drink, and it looks unsightly. But nothing beats it when you have indigestion. Venting to someone close enough can sometimes help you overcome it.
It might make people hate you. I also find people who only talk about their hardships annoying.
It's fine if it's not always, but only when it's hard. That's why I started this repair clinic in the first place. If you have anything left to say, it's better to just say it.
Something I want to say? All right.
Prey cleared her throat.
Then, Chris, next Thursday is Polar Night Day. That day...
Polar Night Day. Unlike the majority of people who are excited, I feel nothing but dryness. Seeing that even the shut-in Prey has plans makes me feel like I'm the only one in Chroma City without memories of Polar Night. A day I'm strangely uninterested in. Perhaps it's because the happiness in my room overwhelms the noisy streets and lights.
Is it okay?
What? I was lost in thought for a moment. Oh, god damn it.
Sorry, could you say that again? Let's grab a meal together. It's a holiday.
Really? It should be peak season.
We're aiming for a different peak season. The boss says Polar Night is everyone's peak season, so this is more profitable. In my opinion, it's clear she just wants to do doujin activities.
You mean about Buff Girl?
The last episode airs next week. She's already busy preparing sugar crafts and cosplay costumes.
Must be nice to have a boss with matching tastes.
That's why I applied in the first place. The physical comic books proudly displayed on the cafe shelf were the trigger. Since it's a retro concept cafe, I suspected they just put anything there. But inside a box in the corner of the cafe, I saw a pile of handmade goods stock. This person is real. I knew it immediately. Take next week's cosplay event, for example. The boss is even more enthusiastic than I am. It's the best workplace, except for the fact that we work non-stop.
Sounds fun, but also sounds like it'd be quite tough.
Better than working during Polar Night. It's annoying to work when everyone else is resting, and there are double the customers than usual. Plus, the power of Buff Girl is amazing. Speaking of which, I should get going. The boss is probably sweating bullets alone.
Good luck with your work.
You too. And clean your ears next time.
Right?
Can't even hear what's said right in front of you.
My ears are clean. Maybe it's because I haven't taken today's nutritional supplements yet.
Anyway, don't do that next time. Good things come to those who listen.
As Prey left, belated fatigue washed over me. I didn't know the difference in nutritional supplements would be this big. I should go cool my head. Alright, what do we have here, by the way? Ah, okay. As marriage relations between humans and Eves hits an all-time high, the trend of secret tuning, modifying Eve body parts into forms optimized for some activities, is spreading in the shadows. Going beyond simple cosmetic imitation, this procedure implements ultrafine heating coatings and vibration modules into biosilicone mucosa to create reproductive organs that surpass human biological functions. In an interview, an illegal tuner emphasized customizing form, firmness, and internal temperature is possible according to taste, adding humans who never return to organic and wow. Of course, the public eye remains harsh, so the dominant conservative viewpoints fingers at them as scrap metal fetishists. However, to soothe the solitude of the gray night, minor lovers willing to endure expensive royalties and social contempt to be held in their loved arms are secretly climbing onto the operating table again today. Waifu maybe. Okay, interesting. High-risk atom suppressed in city. Yesterday's rampage of a high-risk atom in the city center was quelled. Let's see. Autonomous data anomaly manifestation. Having entered LDS stage 3 blackout. Let's see. To avoid repeating the nightmare of the first Eve atom, Sunshine Corp emphasized periodic photonic cleaning via neon shine. The only preventative measure. Interesting. Nice. 24 out of 30. Perfect.
As expected of the manager, the stinging sensation is gone, and I feel totally refreshed. I'll sleep well tonight.
Okay, so that's the same one. I'll just save over that. Next.
Well, look who's here. Your face looks a bit redder than yesterday. Did you catch a cold?
Thanks for worrying. I went out for a bit, and it was chillier outside than I thought. I guess I should have worn a coat. Anyway, it's been a while since we've seen each other this often. Did the matter from last time go well?
I actually came to talk about that. We went through all the necessary procedures. But it's unclear if I'll be disciplined. It's out of my hands. But I'm hopeful about the project's future. Remember the Nepo hire, who was the management's trump card? He changed his mind and decided to help finish our project. And his ability is amazing. So we might succeed in manufacturing a safe drug within this month.
That's amazing. And did that person get struck by lightning or something? Suddenly helping you, Leon?
After meeting you yesterday, I sincerely apologized to him. And I asked him that this project is my dream. And that if not now, I might never be able to attempt it. And that if not now, I might never be able to attempt it in my life. Do you know what he said then? He asked why I didn't say so earlier. He had been seeing us as being in cahoots with the management all this time.
Does that make sense? Ending the project early according to the management's opinion of his job?
Someone who doesn't give a single bit of attention if it's not his interest. Because he's that kind of person. He still doesn't remember a single name of the people in the company.
That's serious.
It turns out he got into huge debt, distracted by his own research. And it seems the pharmaceutical company recruited him with the research funding as bait.
Essentially, he could be seen as similar to you, Leon, since he's a person chasing dreams.
I don't want to admit it. That annoying attitude is still the same. It sometimes feels like working with a super intelligent orangutan.
That sounds like Max right there.
But it's right to admit what needs to be admitted.
That's cool.
I wanted to hear you say that.
You're cool.
Good. More.
You're cool, Leon. Leon sighed with satisfaction and stared at me intently.
Now tell me your story.
Me? My job is to listen to stories.
Because you keep dodging like that? Even though I visit so often, I know nothing about you. That might be why I'm curious. Or maybe...
All right. Then, since we've been talking about dreams so far, I'll talk about that.
Talking about the mysterious medicine you take whenever you can is also fine. I'm very interested in that too.
Sorry to disappoint you, but that medicine is a supplement sent by my parents. I haven't even been taking it because I felt uneasy after our last conversation.
What a boring answer. I thought it would be a greater secret.
If you don't mind, you can check it yourself. Since I'm not taking it right now, wouldn't it be good to check it at the lab? If the ingredients are clarified, I can take it with peace of mind.
Leave it to me.
Leanne snatched the pill bottle and tucked it into her bosom. Oh my. Leanne's clothes probably have plenty of pockets. So, are you going to get an inspection?
I will, but before that, it's a rare opportunity. Let's talk a bit more. How about it?
Okay. Leanne grinned and adjusted her sitting posture as if expressing interest. Her face came twice as close, and a burdensome smile greeted me. I have a sister named Michelle. We were inseparable when we were young, and we still contact each other every day.
Oh.
You don't need to write it down.
No, continue.
When she was young, Michelle kept telling me she wanted to become an Eve. Because parts can be changed anytime, and they have many strengths compared to humans. Considering the long conflict between Eves and humans, I don't know how childish Michelle was back then.
Sister-in-law is positive about Eve.
Uh-huh. Already saying sister-in-law, huh?
Is positive about Eve.
What'd you say?
Huh, nothing. Keep going.
From some point, I wanted to make Michelle's dream come true. I don't have a clear memory. Maybe I wanted to be a good brother? Or maybe it was a goal I had on the side since my major overlapped. Time passed and I got all the technical certifications related to Eve. And naturally, it became more comfortable for me to communicate with Eves than with people. My sister left for the other side of the world, and the dream of becoming an Eve has long been forgotten.
I felt it last time too, but you cherish your sister more than I thought you do. Don't you?
I do cherish her.
You do? Siblings I know are basically in a relationship where they try to kill each other.
Siblings I know
are basically in a relationship where they'd try to kill each other if there were no laws. You are a severe case among severe cases.
Could be. I talk to Michelle every day, and I got this job because of Michelle. Sorting it out one by one, it's embarrassing to deny it.
Habitual areas can be hard to perceive. Anyway, it's surprising. I never thought there would be someone I never thought there would be someone
that seems odd. That sentence seems odd.
I never thought there would be someone you're that attached to.
Attachment to my sister.
Actually, the level of attachment is...
Are you getting maintenance today?
Huh? Suddenly. I don't really need to. But there's no need to refuse either. Gently, please.
Leave it to me. 40 moves. What do we got? Alright, nothing looks too crazy. I guess I was gonna have to pick it, probably be that one. Okay. We got 2 level 1s. Level 1 blue. I don't see an easy one right off the bat. As I thought. I mean, you're more than welcome to keep going there, Gabe. There we go. A customer who came earlier said this, that a terrorist called Cinderella is going around smashing corporate executives' heads with a glass slipper.
I saw it on the news. The heel piece pierced cleanly through the frontal lobe. People think it's some kind of artistic judgment, but to me, it's just the obsession of a terrible, perverted psycho. But who cares? Thanks to that pervert, the company executives got scared and didn't come to work today. I don't even want to give them an achievement award.
I'd even want to give them an achievement award. Let's see. I mean, if you're gonna do it that way, then I'll do that. Have you been to the new synthetic whiskey bar nearby? The reviews are quite extreme.
I have. The first taste was like disinfectant, and the aftertaste smelled like rusty rebar. It was a very honest taste of the slums.
Is that a compliment?
At least that cheap bar doesn't pretend to be luxury. Even the $300 liquor sold in sophisticated lounges in the city center is just synthetic concentrate from the same factory mixed with flavoring. These days, I care more about who tricks me less than the taste. That's kind of fair. That's kind of fair. Alright, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, that's the tier. Oh, I need to go up one. You go here. Enough. I don't have enough charges. There you go. Maintenance ends here. Actually, rather than maintenance, it was more like replacing perfectly fine parts and dusting off a bit. Not necessarily. Your maintenance today felt unusually rushed. Ah, was it very uncomfortable? I'm sorry. No, rather than unusually rough touch was a different kind of stimulation. The unusually rough touch was a different kind of stimulation. Thanks to that, I felt like the stress accumulated from being pushed around lately was relieved. To the point where I almost lost my mind. I'll take that as a compliment. While I was organizing the equipment, Leanne had entered story mode again and was waiting for me. My plan to distract her with maintenance seems to have failed. I've made the payment. And a piece of information was a tip. What is it? This year's Polar Night Day will be the biggest event ever, celebrating the 80th anniversary of Chroma City. They are secretly preparing an event of huge scale. More than now. The original scale was already huge. Correct. Besides, the power consumed by chromatic zenith was already borderline. But I heard it's going to be 3 times bigger this time. Where are they going to handle? See, some of these sentences do not sound right. It definitely seems like English was not the first language, but whatever. Anyway, because I'm pretty sure this is to be how are they going to handle that much power? Where are they going to handle that much power from, or where are they going to get? Whatever. Anyway. So they plan to cut off power to the outskirts? No. Most citizens will be at the venue or sleeping anyway, so they judged it won't be a big issue. If it becomes controversial, they can just say it was a blackout. It's rational but cruel. What are people like me supposed to do? It might be good to try changing your constitution. Wake up your dormant extroversion. Okay. Wake up your dormant extroversion and walk the night streets watching the festival's night view. The city with lights out is as quiet as your shop, and you don't have to worry about sweating in the crowds. Walking alone in the streets is scary. Both stability officers and terrorists are scary. If you're scared, maybe I could go with you. Well, even if it's not me, there's the option of walking with your sister. Unfortunately, Michelle isn't coming. You mean she's not coming to Chroma City for the Polar Night? Leaving her brother, whom she's attached to, behind? Or does she live that far away?
First of all, we don't have an attachment relationship. Since Michelle and I have a lot in common, she might not be interested in Polar Night just like me. As for where she lives, I don't know. It's probably between 2 years. It's probably been 2 years since we talked about such trivial things. We're mostly busy teasing each other.
Is that so?
And about walking with you, Leon, I'll consider my schedule. An acquaintance asked to have a meal. If that's around dinner time, it might be difficult.
Okay.
Leon, you have a scary look on your face. Oh no, she's going yonder. She's going yonder. Uh-oh.
I'm not angry. I just have something to check. I'll be going now.
See you later.
I told you, I'm not angry. Think about the walk and contact me. I'll be waiting. It took a lot of courage.
Nan hurried away as if she was really in a rush. She didn't receive any calls during our conversation, so did she suddenly remember, or I forgot? My God. Dude, it's freaking obvious. It's so freaking obvious. Oh my God. Her serious attitude bothered me. But my on-rushing fatigue began to take away my mind even faster. What the frick? Dude, some of this is kind of off. I should close up earlier than usual today. That supplement, the effect was amazing. Okay, good. Perfect repair. This seems to be the most tired morning I've had lately. And I think I had a strange dream yesterday. I can't remember it at all. Is this all because I didn't take the supplement? My body doesn't feel too good either. In my experience, focusing on something usually helps at times like this. Let's open for business for now. Let's see. Polar Night, 21st century Polar Night. Oh, it's gray night. Urban Stability Agency warned that the LDS onset speed could accelerate faster. It's an announcement from the Urban Stability Agency. Yeah. To ensure the flawless realization of chromatic night sky, residents affected in the areas charge battery units in advance in preparation. The announced blackout period and strictly adhered to guidelines. Earlier this morning, an explosion attack presumed to be the work of an anti-government terrorist group, Morning Glory, occurred at the Stabilizer Academy, located in Dark Brown Street. This resulted in the complete destruction of parts of the facility and children being trapped at the site. Let's see. And used military-grade explosives. Rescue team from the Urban Recovery Agency was urgently dispatched and is conducting search and rescue operations, but the specific scale. Interesting. Alright, open for business.
So, Cinderella is active as the righteous phantom thief.
Yeah, after a customer told me yesterday, I got curious and looked it up. And some people already treat them as a hero.
And that hero goes around smashing public authority figures with high heels.
I didn't believe it at first either. But after seeing videos on social media, I changed my mind. High heels can be a scarier weapon than I thought.
Really? Why not say they appeared riding a pumpkin carriage?
Actually, they say they sometimes appear riding a hoverbike covered with orange bulletproof glass.
What a spectacle. In a place swarming with Cinderella fetish psychopaths and people who support them, I'm sometimes amazed that you can stay sane and live there, Chris.
Sane? I do need to live straight. Ugh, try not to hiccup. I did it anyway. Sane. I do need to live straight starting today.
Why, is there a problem?
Because the city enters complete polar night starting today.
Complete polar night? Isn't that place always night anyway?
It is dark all day, but it's not night for 24 hours.
That doesn't make any sense.
Roma City has two types of nights. The generally considered night and the gray night, where the sun is up but it's dark.
You mean it's dark even during the day?
Yeah. When this place used to be an industrial city, the pollution was terrible. And the smog and fine dust from that time accumulated in the stratosphere and created a pollution layer. That blocks all sunlight, so it's dark even during the day. It's just slightly brighter than night. It's slightly brighter than at night as the light scatters minutely. To be exact, it should be seen as a night within slightly increased brightness. We call that the gray night.
It certainly is a crappy neighborhood.
As I said yesterday, that's the charm of this city. But for this period, I have to admit it's crappy.
What's gotten into you? Usually you would rattle off the pros of Chroma City.
I'm a bit tired today. I feel like just resting.
That's a shame.
I'll contact you again tomorrow.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Sleeping tiredly and waking up tired. They say parents are never wrong. I never imagined the supplement they told me to live on would be this effective. If psychological depression and a few diseases overlap, I'll definitely become a zombie. I somewhat understand why there are so many zombies on the streets. Headache, chronic fatigue, dizziness, a bit of anxiety. It's the perfect trial to experience the importance of health firsthand. Human bodies are like Eve. If there is a failure in hardware, it affects the software in the mind. The software of the mind. Of course, the reverse is also true. Like the incident where someone froze to death solely due to psychological factors. In a non-functioning freezer. Or cases where actual illness were cured by taking ineffective medicine. A healthy mind is a healthy body. Since physical health is gone, maybe it's time to take care of a healthy mind. If they affect each other, complaining of fatigue and groaning would be a direct train to the worst, with body and mind working together, rather than working today quietly.
Hello?
Orca, what happened?
I got hit by some collapsing debris. I could have avoided it normally. I guess I was tired from frequent deployments lately. It's not a matter of
fatigue. Come in quickly. The fact that the alloy of the exterior parts is dented means that if it were a standard Eve model, it would have been destroyed without even saving the core.
Is that so? Rather than that, I wanted to rest a bit.
Usually people die when they say things like that. I'll start with maintenance.
Then just a little rest.
Orca. 50 moves, okay. Okay, that one seems like the easier one. That one's gonna be last. Alright, we got... This one needs to be the double. This one just needs to be the single, and then we have a yellow. Alright, now we need a level 2 red. Orca, can you hear my voice? Stay conscious. I need to verify if you can hear me. Her condition isn't good. Power unit and some neural units have completely stopped functioning. The exterior alloy is severely deformed, and the internal frame is pressing on the core. I need to hurry. Urgent unit replacement is needed for all remaining parts, too. This is just straight up yellow. Okay, this is the one that needs level 2. So we do this. Oh, sure, do it.
Cold.
Orca, are you conscious?
No, or you can't be pushed back there.
Orca, what did you just...
Counterattack. Now, grab the neck. Magical German suplex.
Are you setting buff girl lines right now? In this situation?
Blood. So what if I bleed? I have to win. I have to save the kids. O'Hara. Let's go. Orca O'Hara. Just a little more. We can save everyone.
Orca. I'll make sure you can meet the kids you saved again. I'll save you somehow, I promise. Okay, this is gonna be a pain in the butt. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. Could I... Alright, now I just need the level 3 yellow. What does this do for me, by the way? Nothing, it just did the same thing. Alright, there you go. Fortunately, I put out the urgent fire. Thanks to rushing, the core output is returning to normal quickly. Whew. Now I can relax a bit. Orca?
So comfortable. Forever like this.
Orca, you have to hold on to your consciousness. If you lose consciousness now...
But... since I'm a buff girl, I have to protect everyone. I'll get up again and again.
Orca has a cute side like this too. Orca. Orca, are you awake?
Just a little more.
A little more? Is it core power shortage? Wait a moment. The emergency power unit I left here is...
Chris?
Orca, you woke up.
I'm sorry. I haven't slept a wink since we last met. I felt sleepy coming to a comfortable place. By any chance, did I say something strange while sleeping?
It's just good that you're safe.
What's with that subtle answer?
How did you get hurt like that? Normal structural collapse wouldn't even scratch alloy steel easily. Orca looked at me with a frown. You didn't say much. Orca's strong will, and maybe some sleep talking about Buff Girl.
I said a lot.
Seems you secretly like your name. It seems you secretly like that your name is the same as the season's Buff Girl. Orca O'Hara.
Stop!
It was fun watching Orca's reaction. But I didn't want to witness the performance of a machine that stays intact even in a collapsed building with my own eyes. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, what really happened? To dent exterior parts classified as heavy equipment.
Do you know that group called Morning Glory?
Terrorists? One of the main reasons I'm scared to walk the streets at night.
Morning Glory is an anti-government terrorist group. Their goal is to mobilize the crowd using poverty and deprivation, and give satisfaction by openly trampling on public authority. They are also causing social problems in Chroma City.
They claim to be an outlet for anger.
Yes, they've increased significantly lately. Cinderella, Morning Glory. And Eve, I know, is also a fan of Cinderella.
And Eve, I also know, is a fan of Cinderella. To be exact, was a fan would be correct.
Morning Glory is worse than Cinderella. Cinderella only commits bizarre crimes. Morning Glory uses that as a tool for agitation. If they push a little saying it's because of that guy regarding the anger accumulated over life. The oppressed crowd turns into a terrifying mob. Just yesterday, Morning Glory raided the Stability Officer Training Center. It was a place that also functioned as an orphanage. It's that facility with many conspiracy theories? Yes, they say they cultivated perfect government henchmen through thoroughly ideological education from a young age. It is also true for children who wish to become stability officers. Anyway, Morning Glory attacked the training center using that controversy as an excuse, and even used military explosives they got from somewhere. I was evacuating the kids and confronting the crowd, but collapsed rebar fell on me and the protesters.
I want to stop listening here. It's terrible.
I understand. The rest of the story is just an obvious tragedy that has been repeated.
Chroma City and Morning Glory. Only the crowd and mediators die and get hurt in that conflict. The main instigators hide behind and just blabber. If they want to fight so much, they should set up a ring and fight with martial arts. The ratings would be good too.
Wouldn't combat power become a qualification for politicians then? Anyway, I thought you were a very calm person, Chris. But you're reacting intensely to this story.
Do I?
Yes. When we first met, I thought you were a bit cold. And had a business-like sharpness. Even about the Polar Night Day incident. You gave cool-headed remarks with objectivity.
Objectively? What did I say? I don't remember well.
Before, you said, excluding budget and compensation, only patients remain in Chroma. I thought about it. Stopping the show alone causes suffering to a huge number of workers and causes economic damage. It also disappoints the public waiting for the festival. It was a story that made me realize that although it's a harsh decision, there is a reason. Usually, I only meet people who were outraged at either the protesters or Chroma City. Lately, I've been feeling a bit tired a lot. Maybe that's why. If you hadn't come looking like you were dying today, I wouldn't have opened the shop. If so, I'm sorry. For you to rest well quickly. No need for that. It was fun, and I felt proud too. Don't overdo it, Chris. Looking at your state today, that seems like something I should be saying. Goodbye, buff girl. Ah! Orca trembled her tail and disappears as if running away. Now that the tension is released, fatigue is rushing in rapidly. Let's rest for a moment. Nice. That's fine, whatever. Next. Beep. Beep, beep. Fire is too dangerous to enter. Beep. Hey. 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 Yes, yes, yes. Wait, was I asleep? I reflexively sat up at the shout hitting my ears. The alarm I just heard, was it a dream? A familiar yet ominous red flash flickers before my eyes. Another strange dream. What on earth was that? Beyond my blurry vision, an unwelcoming, wavering figure appears. It's Blade, who came a few days ago. I briefly considered pretending to sleep again. But knowing his foul mouth would pour out gave me a headache. So I soon fixed my posture. Hey, pale brat, are you awake now? Blade? Who else is here besides you? Sleeping with the shop door open, you've got some guts. Don't just space out. Synthesize 2 tier 3 power units and 1 tier 3 neural unit for me. As fast as possible. My patience is crawling on the floor, just like the public order of this rotten city. Welcome, Blade. Outside is bustling with preparations for Polar Night Day, but you don't look very happy. Festival? Don't make me laugh. Because of that high output holograms those damn corporations are shooting. My optical camouflage armor is overloading like crazy. Besides, the whole city is excited and giggling like they're on cheap electronic drugs. Taking advantage of that, those morning glory bastards or whatever are shitting all over the place. Actually, another customer visited today and said it's chaos because major city facilities were intentionally damaged. That's all they're doing. On the outside, they claim to be Liberation Army, resisting corrupt power. But in my eyes, they're just dopamine addict bastards running wild because they're unsatisfied with their lives. With the energy they use running around saying they'll change the world, it'd be much more beneficial for themselves and the world to just mess with an executioner in the back alley and die. Well, their methods are extreme. Thanks to that, civilians are trembling in fear even amidst the year-end atmosphere. Fear? No, this is closer to annoyance. Thanks to those wannabe terrorists. The damn stability officers have set up checkpoints at every block and are glaring around. Thanks to that, getting in and out of this neighborhood has become 20 times more annoying. A damn tough neighborhood. First, please wait for the dial equipment to set up. It will take a little while. By the way, kid, that equipment you're using. Yes? That's a first generation old model, right? The one that doesn't send maintenance records to Sunshine Corp? Using such untraceable stuff in times like these means you either have guts or you have a lot to hide. Well, I just use it because I'm used to it. And it would be more comfortable for you too, Blade, if no records are left. What an amazing answer. You look like a model student rich kid on the outside, but you act sly. Well, you can't do business in this field without that kind of guts. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm starting to work, so please be quiet for a moment. But kid,
Do you know what the name of that idiot group means? Blade's mouth never stays still for a moment. Well, isn't it usually used to mean the glory of the morning? It also means morning glory of the flower. Yeah, as expected, guys who grew up like flowers. As expected, guys who grew up like flowers in a greenhouse, like you think that way. It means morning wood, you stupid bastard. Ignorant scholars probably named it sounding fancy looking up dictionaries. But to my eyes, they just look like a gathering of brats whose only achievement is pitching a tent every morning. If the organizational hierarchy was determined by that morning hardness, I would have already conquered the city acting as their king, don't you think? Your thinking is very vulgar. But, well, if they really had the will to change the world, they wouldn't have used the inefficient method of destroying public facilities to draw aggro. Oh? Because real experts would have quietly eliminated only the target. Your eyes just changed a bit. I'm joking. Equipment setup is done. Let's start the work. 140. How annoying is this going to be? At least, oh, level 3, huh? Yeah. What button was it? This one. Yeah, level 3. And level 3. Why is that one? Why does it look orange in there? Whatever, anyway. Okay. Okay. Shoot. Oh, go there. And then you... No. You go there. Perfect. Okay. There. Did I do it fast enough? Here are the tier 3 power units and neural units you requested. While synthesizing, I also added outline correction to make it neat. With this, it won't get caught by checkpoint scanners and will pass smoothly. Oh, fast as expected. The surface of the synthesized unit is very smooth too. Huh, look at this. The skill to crush security codes is extraordinary. Unlike your stupid-looking first impression, your skill smells quite dangerous. Smell? What? What? Dude, sometimes the sentences in this game just feel a little off. Dangerous? It's just a customized service for the customer. No, I like it. Guys who do their job properly are my type. I trust you. Who calmly produces results much more than those revolutionaries who are all talk. Thanks. You have a foul mouth, Blade, but you don't seem like a bad person. Save the flattery bullshit. Tell me honestly, where'd you earn your stripes? I've been just an ordinary mechanic for a long time, as far as I remember. As far as you remember? That's meaningful. Blade, please stop joking and go back. If you stay longer, someone will report you. Yeah. Since I'm in a good mood, I'll give you a piece of advice. Stay home this polar night day. Because there are rumors that those Morning Wood bastards are going to cause a major incident. Wouldn't it be my loss if a technician like you got swept up and died? Thanks for the advice, though I don't think you're in a position to worry about me, Blade. Next time, bring a sexy female Eve as an assistant. Then I'll spend money more happily instead of looking at your sickly face. Get home safely. That human is insane today as well. I don't know what he's thinking walking around, watching the wavering figure moving away. My mind slowly becomes hazy, even though the infrared sensor at the entrance rings loudly, and Blade's startled curses fades away into the distant haze. Hey, Mikey! Thank you for the 5 streak! I should stop here for today and go inside and sleep. Did I do it? I did it! Dude, just barely. Frick. Just freaking barely. Very smooth. You pulled it off cleanly without any unnecessary junk. I like it. Next. I think we got enough time for one more day. Wonder how many days there are in this game. Oh, we got Red Miracle, Blooms in Ashes. Scarlet Response Unit rescues all children. The Scarlet Response Unit under the Urban Civility Agency announced that they successfully rescued all trapped children just 4 hours after being deployed to the scene of the stabilizing academy explosion. The TNDLS models who entered the deepest parts impossible for general rescue teams to access due to collapse risk utilized special armor to clear debris and secure survivors. Although there were losses such as injuries to some members and damage to external equipment during this operation, they proved their unrivaled rescue capabilities by ending the situation without a single casualty. And an official from the Urban Stability Agency stated, thanks to the sacrifices of the Scarlet Response Unit, despite Morning Glory's brutal terror, we were able to protect the city's future. The rescued children are currently reported to be resting and receiving precise medical examinations at nearby facilities. Nice. Ban on old dial equipment considered. Maintenance blind spot. As arrests of Eves involved in the recent crimes increases, authorities are moving to regulate older dial equipment that aids their illegal modifications, while current dial models transmit maintenance reports to Sunshine Corp in real time. First and second generation models lack tracking functions, drawing criticism that they are being misused as covert maintenance tools. We're probably going to hear about this one. However, this is still in the discussion stage. The actual enforcement measures not been finalized. Upon hearing the news, fierce backlash is already erupting among mechanics and citizens in the lower class districts. For commoners who can't afford the massive royalties and purchase costs of new dial equipment, the confiscation of older equipment is effectively tantamount to the deprivation of Eve maintenance rights. The government stated that it is discussing technical alternatives between blocking criminal abuse and protecting the common people. Cried and the Ash Grey Knight. Everyone is almost since the Urban Agency. Intense crackdown period. Streets of common. Interesting. Alright. This is the worst. My headache feels worse than yesterday, and it feels like something is about to come to mind, but it fades away when I try to focus. At this point, it feels less like simple dimming and more like flicker. It can't be, just in case. I slept with the neon shine on all day yesterday. Maybe it's just my imagination, but my body feels worse too. I think I have a fever. I want to take the day off today, but there might be a customer who needs urgent help, like Orca yesterday. Just in case, let's keep the shop open. A customer yesterday told me that the anti-government terrorist group Morning Glory is actually a sexual slang. Ugh, gross. You said you had a headache? Did you contact me just to say that? It wasn't me, it was a customer who said it. Well, at least I heard it from you. The moment you say something that didn't need to be said, you become an accomplice. Got it? I'll keep that in mind. Keep in mind, it seems your brain cells are rotting from hanging out with your own kind. If it were where I live, the customers would probably be writing an appeal right now, refusing to accept the trial verdict. Where you live? I'm gonna think of it, Michelle. Where were you living again? What are you talking about out of the blue? You don't actually have brain damage, do you? Forgetting where I live at all? I've been suffering from chronic fatigue lately, but I don't know if there's anything wrong with my brain, seeing as my memory is failing because it really is a brain issue. Isn't it because you stopped taking mom and dad supplements? Who told you to do that anyway? That's the price for doubting your parents' grace. If you're having trouble, you should probably start taking them again. I'd like to, but I handed them over to another customer for now. Why? I told you last time. It felt uncomfortable taking something when I don't even know what I was taking. I figured I could take it with peace of mind once the ingredients were confirmed. Anyway, I'm asking seriously, where was it that you lived? I'm starting to get a little scared. I was going to say far away universe, beyond the event horizon. But you're so serious, it clearly won't work on you. I just don't have the energy to joke around. Don't be sick. You're pretty important in my life. A sense of relative superiority is a necessary emotion, you see. You haven't been beaten up lately, so can't hit me, can you? Anyway, seriously, don't get sick. I'm worried about you in my own way. Thanks. Same goes for us. And once again, didn't actually say where she is. I am starting to think we are suppressing our own memories for some weird reason. Hi. It's Prey. What brings you here? Came to see if you were dead. For a guy who loves touching Eve so much to close the shop, I had no choice but to think something big must have happened. I didn't turn on the outside lights. It's not my day off, but I was so out of it I forgot to turn them on. You look really pale. My sister was worried too. She thinks there's a problem with my brain cells. That's just an insult. She says it's out of concern, and she might be right. There are a lot of things I can't remember. It seems my concentration has dropped significantly without me realizing it. I have to agree with that. Improve your concentration a bit, and listen to what others say. I'll try. Prey sat down next to me. The chilly workshop, and the small folding bed in the corner. In the quiet stillness, outside noise lingers in my ears. The soundproofing isn't good enough to call this a place away from the outside noise. It's cold. Prey lay down on the bed. Then she stole part of the blanket I was using and wrapped it around herself. Warm. You might catch it if you might catch it if you stick this close to me.
Did you forget? I'm an Eve. I can't catch human diseases.
Right.
Of course. That lack of bias is probably what wins over Eves.
I can't look at a customer. I can't look at customers without prejudice. If you think about it that way, it's kind of an occupational disease.
It's so severe that your body can't live without Eves anymore. If you don't indulge in an Eve's insides for even a day, you even show signs of an anxiety disorder. Isn't that right?
You make it sound really perverted.
You are a pervert.
Well, that's partly why I keep talking to Michelle. Because without Michelle, my life would only have Eves. She's like a vaccine against anthrophobia. Okay.
Even though you're a human yourself?
Rather than who I am, how I live is more important.
Talking about bullying your little sister while acting so cool is a talent in of itself.
A slight pressure. Prey leaned her body against mine.
A few days ago, I got a shadow agency offer. They offered a huge sum of money in a 1-year term.
Shadow agency? It's slang for overriding someone's data onto an Eve. Damn. Although classified as illegal since Eves gained human rights, it is still one of the thriving underground industries. The key reason it hasn't been eradicated yet is known to be largely due to the choice of the Eves themselves, because it is something only Eves, not humans, can do. They are paid a very high service fee.
Don't worry, I turned it down.
I didn't doubt it.
The person who proposed it was terrible too. It was a proposal from the worst customer of the year.
Don't tell me. That streetlight idiot?
You say you have memory problems, but you remember this well. That's right, it was him.
A high-ranking executive at Sunshine Corp. Asking for a shadow agency? Well, that's why you hated him so much.
That's partially true. But the important thing was the proposal itself. It would have been better if it was a famous actor or a well-crafted commercial persona. I was asked to raise his son for a year.
Son?
Yeah, son. Said I look exactly like his dead wife or something. Maybe he was worried about his son grieving over his missing mother. He wanted to gift his son a mother for just 1 more year.
That's an unexpected request.
Right? Then when I refused, he got angry and called me a heartless bitch. He dropped the polite attitude and played the card you know so well.
Don't tell me. Removing the streetlights?
Yep. And raising the subscription fee.
Wriggling moment. Wriggling movement. Prey twisted her body this way and that, as if uncomfortable.
It's funny to think that for the sake of a loved one, you can torment someone else that much. Once you go through a shadow agency, you suffer from the injected data for the rest of your life. If I had accepted that offer, I would have felt maternal love for this son, even while being treated like a temporary tin can. Did he know that? Even after the contract ended, even as time passed, I would still feel that he is my son.
Whoa. No.
I would still feel that he is my son. Unconsciously.
I only knew it as a technical information. But hearing it like this makes it sound terrible. It means cognitive and reality divergence. For a lifetime. I thought he was just spouting nonsense because it was someone else's business. Of course, that was actually true. So I wrote a post on the Help Me Cinderella gallery. And the man disappeared.
And then it suddenly crossed my mind. Spouting nonsense as if it's someone else's business, applied to me as well. That man was trash, but he was also someone's father.
It's admirable that you have such mature thoughts. But You don't need to stress yourself out so much, Prey. It's not like you killed him. For writing a single post on the internet, your remorse seems excessive.
I just meant that I like your unbiased gaze. Because people mistakenly think Eves swap personalities like parts. Services like this are maintained. Only the Eves who get caught up in it are pitiful.
Eves are similar to humans.
What is?
Not knowing how their own bodies work.
Of course. There's even a saying to hit the core hard 3 times before worrying about it.
In my personal opinion, you shouldn't do that. You don't need it. You don't do that before coming here, do you? Prey laughed loudly. She seemed to think it was a funny joke. But I am generally worried.
Anyway, thanks for listening. I'll give you a reward.
The habit of giving rewards when anxious hasn't changed.
The reward is the right to touch my body however you want. You get restless if you don't do maintenance for even a day, right? And when you're not feeling well, dropping like this makes it worse.
Drooping.
Drooping like this makes it even worse. So, with the mindset of fixing yourself, move at your own pace.
40 moves. Oof. Alright, we'll start with this one. I should probably go from this one to this one. But I'll probably go in order. Alright, you are the double, single, double. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, it's fine. Oh well, it's fine. Alright, now I need a double here. So let me do this. Then move you here. Alright, and then I just need a single, which is right there. Alright, that one's done.
Early yesterday morning, Remy seemed to mistake my external power cord for a toy.
Okay. She didn't pull it, did she?
It got half pulled, causing a contract failure. Thanks to that, I was stuck in battery saving mode for 3 hours and had to just watch Remy sitting on my face.
So it was a systematically perfect cat discharge stat. It was a systematically perfect cat discharge state.
Don't laugh. When I was forcibly rebooted, the sight of her yawning right in front of my nose will never be erased from my logs.
I think this one would be easier right now. I got a bunch of these. You can go here. What happens if I do 2 at once? There we go. Okay, didn't really do anything. Then I need a blue and a yellow. Oh, frick. I didn't look at it. crud. Alright, move you here. Wait. No. Put you here, put you here. Move you here.
I downloaded a friendly clerk patch from the dark web yesterday to try and get more tips.
You installed something like that with your personality? The result is obvious.
Exactly. Turns out it was full of bugs. Every time a customer made an unreasonable request, my optical lens would wink on its own.
Is that a new marketing strategy?
Don't even ask. Some old guy thought I was interested in him and tried to take me out along with his coffee. Of course, he got caught by the enraged boss and had to take a magical backbreaker with his whole body.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. No, that won't do anything. I need to do that. Yeah, there we go. And this. Okay. And then you can go here. And wait. No, I need blue. Okay. So you go. There. Alright. Now, did I do it? In time. Finish quickly. This should be enough.
Unlike usual, you were in an uncomfortable
You were in an uncomfortable position, so it must be tough.
That too, but who really does whatever they want just because I said do whatever you want? I thought my toes were cramping.
There was no reason to touch them. But I tinkered with some circuits I was curious about. How is it?
My body itself feels stiff and creaky, but my mind feels dazed and refreshed. I don't know if I'm expressing it well.
Sounds like a dazed and refreshed expression.
Yeah, then it's accurate. I need to stretch a bit.
There you go.
Also, have you thought about what we discussed last time? Polar Night Day?
No.
You want to die?
I received a proposal from another customer too. So since the time wasn't specified, I couldn't decide. If it's lunch, both are possible. So lunch would be good.
Then it's definitely dinner. From dinner until the next morning.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
I can't concede on this.
Prey made a face full of dissatisfaction and walked outside.
Ah, right. I forgot because I was distracted chatting. I bought some supplements. You said last time that it might be because of the supplements.
Thanks, Prey.
If you're thankful, treat me well.
Nice, okay. Perfect repair!
Ah, my vision is totally clear. I can even see every single strand of Remy's fur. Thank you, Chris.
Next! Uh-oh. Okay.
You look like you've lost half your weight. And your complexion is a mess.
Leon, since when have you been here?
Just now. I hesitated a bit because the shop was closed, but I came because it's important.
Leon has a serious look on her face, similar to the Jan from a few days ago. It's a face I've never seen before.
How's your health?
I don't know. The symptoms are typical flu-like, but the diagnostic kit says there's no problem.
Because your body isn't sick.
I suppose so. I also think it's strange to get sick just from missing a few supplements. Maybe it's a psychological cause? Since this thing I thought made everything okay disappeared, my body might be reacting sensitively.
It's probably a psychological cause. I'm somewhat of an expert in this field, so you can trust me.
Come to think of it, that's strange.
What is?
I, a human, repair Eves, and you, an Eve, make medicine for humans, Leon. I've never thought about it like this before. But being in the position of receiving a diagnosis, it really hits home.
You could call it an instinctive attraction. Maybe it's a habit of seeking what you lack. I, who can't control emotions well, obsess over ingredients and numbers, and making medicine that affects emotions, and being attracted to a bland and dull mechanic, might be wishing for something I don't have.
Something you don't have?
Moreover, if you lost something you had, it might be natural for that craving to double. Chris, are you ready to hear the expert's opinion?
It's scary when you say it like that. All of a sudden.
The supplements you gave me, the analysis results are out.
Oh? If it's that, then it's fine. The phrase expert's opinion is quite scary. It sounds exactly like I've caught a serious disease. In fact, since I use it often myself, it was a compliment I couldn't make excuses for if pointed out. Both Prey and Leon, thinking back to how they both reacted with surprise to that word, I certainly thought Leanne would point that out, but Leanne didn't.
Your medicine is a memory suppressant.
I figured.
Yep. Your medicine is a memory suppressant. It's a type of neuromodulator distributed on the market. And it's presumed that even the memory of the medicine was suppressed as a side effect.
Don't tell me. The one we talked about a few days ago.
Amnesia. Right, it's the same product. It affects dramatically imprinted memories, but since the criteria are vague, it can entail many side effects. In other words, taking this medicine and having your memories suppressed doesn't necessarily mean those memories were your original reason you took the medicine.
So I won't know until my memory fully returns?
The problem is, it might not return. Roughly about 0.2% report this side effect.
0.2% isn't a realistic number. It'll come back, right?
In medical practice, 0.2% is incredibly dangerous. You shouldn't think so loosely. And I'm worried.
Amidst her professional and cool-headed demeanor, Leanne's childish side occasionally pops out, was enough to break the serious atmosphere and make me chuckle.
What? It's your business. Aren't you worried? The fact that you just stopped... The fact that just stopping the medication affects your body enough to cause trouble means there's a high chance it was suppressing a powerful med trauma.
I am extremely worried, but I can't help finding your reaction funny, Leanne.
Really? You really?
I'm impatient, Leanne.
I was scared of how you'd react. So I suffered from all kinds of delusions. I came up with dozens of ways to respond, and barely managed to come here. But seeing you smirking like that, I feel like an idiot for being serious for nothing.
Leanne drummed on the blanket covering me like a precision instrument, then showed a clumsy smile. Sorry for not being a serious person.
If you're sorry, check my body condition a bit. I was worried about you, so I tried to use another repair shop.
What? Using another repair shop instead of D1AL-ogue? I can't tolerate that. Sit down quickly.
No, wait.
Okay. Uh-huh. Doesn't look like there's much wrong on the outside. I think we need to take a closer look. This looks like an electronic drug unit. Checks show it infects nearby modules. Checks show it infects nearby modules / units every certain number of turns. Turns remaining until electronic drug infection are shown in the top right. It seems the electronic drug spreads to modules located up, down, left, and right. You can remove the drug code from... You can remove the drug code from an electronic drug unit by synthesizing it. Be careful not to let it infect high-level units. I mean, it is technically infecting a high-level unit right now. How in the heck? I'll have another yellow. Crud. Oh wait, no. Do it this way. Yeah, but I can't do anything with this right now. I can't move these in here. What I can do is this. How in the hell? Dude, it went way further than I thought it was gonna go. Crud. Can I start over? Oh, wait, there's more than one. Oh, that's where it messed me up. Okay. There's more than one. Oh, God. Shoot. How in the heck? It's not gonna do me any good. Can't change any of these. How in the heck are you gonna do this one? I think I know what I should do. Should move this next to each other. Move them out the way, I guess. I don't know. This is not... the fact that... Wait. The fact that there's two of these damn things is a pain in the butt. Isn't gonna work. It's not gonna work that way. I'm moving you. At least if I can keep these contained to their row, it won't be so difficult. That's fine. That is fine. Ugh. Good lord. Ugh. Man, what did you do? What is this inside the core containment with narcotic substances? Because of that, the core is overheating to warning levels.
Recently, busy work piled up, so I added a unit with awakening painkiller effects. I thought it would be fine if I used it briefly and removed it.
It wasn't the time to worry about others. It's at a level where it wouldn't be strange if you collapsed right now.
Oh.
Endure it, even if it hurts.
No, just now.
Can't stand it?
No, keep going.
Oh no, not another one. I'm gonna put you here. Upgrade Dial's battery to maximum? Oh, damn.
When I'm in your hands, I forget so many things. Piles of documents, complex human relationships. Everything feels like someone else's business happening far away.
If you lose consciousness here, it means your neural network might get initialized. Hold on tight. Oh wait, that's a tier 3, not a tier 2. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay. Can I do this? I don't know. Wait, I think I can. Move you here. That gives me 1 turn left. Move you here, and that... No! No, I was supposed to... Freaking... whatever. Okay. Alright.
Legs are trembling.
Circuit short treatment is done. Fortunately, the maintenance proceeded quickly and finished without any issues. You feel any discomfort?
Water.
Maybe because of the overheating core? There was a lot of coolant discharge. Even I was surprised. Wait a moment, I'll get something to get some drinking water ready. Neon, having composed herself, showing no trace of the weak appearance from a moment ago, had returned to the appearance I knew.
Whew, I feel like I'm regaining my senses now. I've narrowed down the list of suspected suppressed memories. Would you like to hear it? If you're okay with it?
I'm curious. What secrets are hidden in my body?
The first candidate is your sister.
Michelle?
You talk every day and lived with your parents until a few years ago, right? And she's also the reason you decided on your career path.
Yes.
Do you remember what your sister looks like? Her job and her residence? When was the last time you met?
I don't know. Actually, even this morning, I asked Michelle where she lives. Come to think of it, I didn't get an answer. Did something happen to my sister?
We can't know. The criteria for commercial suppressants are vague as hell. Just because you cherish your sister, the memories of your sister could be suppressed.
My parents strongly recommended taking this medicine.
And the fact that my sister refuses to tell me her personal information
probably means there's a high chance something happened.
Again, the poor quality of the medicine you're taking is enough that even our pharmaceutical executives agree it's better to avoid excessive guessing.
For all that, they use the fact that this medicine sells well as basis to imply that your research isn't needed, Leon.
Since it sells well, even if made poorly like this, it meant let's not spend money and time on perfection. Anyway, seems my guess was right. Honestly, it was suspicious. Talking for years with a conversation partner you can't properly explain, while communicating for years, and just brushing it off as a little sister, it was enough to consider it someone threatening my place next to you. But a few days ago, you didn't remember the age or residence of the sister you chatted with for years. And seeing you not even thinking that was strange, you were the spitting image of the side effect sufferers I've seen in my research.
So that's why your expression suddenly...
Rather than speaking without certainty, I wanted to know the clear facts first. Sorry if I seemed angry.
No, it's okay. And what about the second one? If Michelle is the first candidate, there should be at least a second one.
The second one is... Actually, this isn't as clear as Michelle. It might just be defining your tendencies as abnormal.
It is abnormal? Born as a human, a social animal? Turning my back on society? And liking Ebes more than humans? Is hard to see as normal, isn't it?
That confidence. Fine. I'll speak without worrying about it. It was Polar Night Day. Polar Night, whether positive or negative, is a day you can't help but pay attention to. It's Chroma's most beautiful week, but also the perfect target to expose Chroma's contradictions. Countless revolutionaries and terrorists flock to Polar Night Day. For those who don't enjoy the festival, Polar Night can basically be seen as a week of terror. But you, You don't even care about any of that. While trembling at the crimes of Cinderella and Morning Glory, you react indifferently to Polar Night, which is their all-star game.
Hearing it like that, it's strange. On Polar Night Day, the week I consider most relevant to me, could have created memories as intense as Michelle. This is a little scary.
Surprisingly, I was more worried about the sister story. Michelle is still something precious to me. If it suppresses mainly intense memories, it would be stranger if my memories of Michelle were intact. Is there anything else? Unfortunately, it's just those two. If I find anything else, I'll let you know. And how's your body? You felt like you were coming down with something.
I got a little better. The sensation of my brain overclocking is still there. Maybe because it's confirmed that my body isn't sick. The chills and cold sweats have decreased.
Get well soon.
I don't want to postpone next week's appointment. Thanks, Leon. My body feels much more comfortable. But experiences tell me if I push myself just because I feel a bit better, I'll suffer more tomorrow. I should wrap up here and get to sleep early today. Woo! I wasn't sure if I got that. Nice.
I'm saved. The purple after images I have completely cleared. You really are my savior, Chris.
Alright. Perfect. Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are going to call it for the night. I like it. Yeah, it's a simple game. But I like the characters. I love the freaking art style. And I want to know what's going on. I will say, I feel like whoever did the dialogue, English is not their first language. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not. It's just some of those lines were a little difficult to say. Either way, I like this game a lot, and we are going to finish it. I think we'll probably play some more next week. We'll see. But I think we'll definitely play some more of this next week. I want to finish it. I don't know how long this game is. I don't know if we're just middle, getting started, close to the end. I don't have a clue. We'll find out, though, next time. But first of all, for those that are watching in the future on YouTube, thank you very much. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, click the thumbs up button, click that subscribe button. Let's both YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the videos I make and want to see more. And of course, want to hang out with us freaking. The link for the streams down in the description below. Click on that link, come and hang out. We love to get new peeps in the chat. But for now, once again, thanks for watching, and later YouTube. Bye! Peace!